My time and your time is not before or after, but now. It is a time I'll not abuse because many men die trying to beat this time. A free man is still doing time in his imprisoned mind. Depression is the name of his bride, but time didn't let him show off his culture's pride. Poetry is the articulation of the human condition, is articulation of condition. You know, I wouldn't be me if I couldn't articulate my condition. I was raised by artists. Yeah, my father was a painter, playwright, and a poet. My mother is a dancer, choreographer, and an actress. I roll to the moving stones of Manaka. I am an artist. You know, to say that, it took me a while because for me, I grew up in that. Art is reality, you know? But the process of realizing and discovering self as an artist, that for me is an individual, is a self kind of a process, you know, which took a lot of pain. I won't lie, a lot of pain. My time is different from yours, but only the same in numbers. We were born at different times and we shall die at different times. There's a wall collapsed on 6 of my friends and one passed away and I died too, you know? There's never stopping, always ticking, never stopping, always ticking. Time has no mercy. Yet it can still give a second chance to those who don't do the lazy dance and their tongues taste success. How literature comes into the picture was simply because I was in a wheelchair, you know, and my spinal cord dislocated, literally. I was frustrated with how people actually would look at me, you know, would actually talk to me because I was in a wheelchair. And believe you me, man, being on a wheelchair as a black kid in the township, it's not an easy thing, you know, because disability is seen as a social leper. My God, it's like a punishment from God, Kilabon, of which is not right. It is not true at all, completely, you know. So anyway, it was through writing that I got to deal with my disability. I'm still dealing with my disability as we talk right now. If time was rewindable, I would ask my father to explain this time that weakens the mind of a young black Sowetan. I spoke to Tam about minutes of my life, and he told me to make the best of them because he waits for no man. As soon as somebody said to me, "How much do you charge, brother?" I was like, what? I've been articulating and dealing with my pain through articulation, rather. I've been dealing with my pain. I've been dealing with whatever that I'm going through, simply and through writing. Now you're gonna ask me how much do I charge for my pain? Whoa, that's deep. I don't know how much you want to charge me, how much you want to give me. And that's how the career begins, literally. That's how like, oh, really? I can make money from this. Oh, really? Okay, cool. You know, that's how the career begins, seriously. But how it actually really flourishes, it flourishes from a perspective of when I actually wanted to publish a book. When the book comes out, before the book comes out, the book now comes out, and I am the son of so-and-so, you know? My parents, they're like huge in the arts, man. And because I had issues with my father, you know, I didn't want nobody to know me as the son of. So this is where I hit the streets. So this is where now I actually go deep. Whichever show that I can get, whichever open mic session I get on stage, I perform, you know? And literally performing like almost about 2-3 days every week. It's coming out now, like, and the book comes out 2003, like around on the 6th of November. The book comes out, and the book makes history. We print 1,000 copies, and 1,000 copies sell out on one night. Time and time after my existence, the face of earth will change, but not its hands. So it's only now my time will shine, and through you, it will after. So the game now is actually transcended to being online. Such platforms have been put on place so we can actually exercise our art, you know, and further our art and put them and bring the art into your own home now. I believe in art for social transformation. You know, if art can bear witness to our myths, our beliefs, therefore it should address our issues. It should address, it must, and it will, and it does sometimes. Since 94, we are like a rabbit a limping rabbit that has been outrunning hunting dogs. We've been limping. We don't actually even know each other as... I'm not going outside of South Africa. I'm just talking about South Africans here, the people in the Republic. We don't actually even know each other, and yet we are expected to reconcile with each other. So how do we now begin this thing of social cohesion when we actually are not really cohesive with our own selves? And it is through memory that we can really carry our cultures from one generation to the next. And art, it is the most fundamental, it plays the most fundamental role in all of that, because it is in our art that we can really, really, really begin to remember who we are. No man born of women can cheat us of this time, because in this time, my time, your time, our time, depends on how we spend this beautiful, beautiful time. Pinocchio says we are only as healthy as the stories we tell ourselves, So what is your story? What is your story? What is your story?